Irish eyes are smiling. And how a ref can ruin a game.
Let's burn through that.
Hi, I'm Dat.
And I'm Nick.
And welcome to the Cold Room, our YouTube rugby chat show.
Yeah, so it's been a big weekend for everyone across the international rugby sphere, and even with ourselves. Dax has some very good news. Congratulations to him, he got engaged.
Yep, got engaged to my long-suffering girlfriend of 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, she predicted it was going to happen this year. So, her Super Brew was correct.
Her Super Brew was on the money.
Yeah. And then myself, I graduated with my Masters.
Yes, congratulations to Nick. With distinction.
Freaking finally.
Yeah.
Took long enough.
Took long enough, exactly. But I mean, it's there, it's in black and white.
It's done.
It's done. So,
and then in the rugby sphere,
yeah.
USA. They finally beat a tier 1 rugby nation.
Yep.
First time in their history, beating Scotland by 1 point.
Yeah,
France counts.
Yeah, France won the under-20 World Championship.
Yes, we came third.
Yeah.
When I say we, I mean South Africa. Came third.
Yeah.
Coming from behind against New Zealand, that was good rugby.
If our under-20s can beat a New Zealand team, then damn all our freaking first squad should do it too.
Bear in mind that the under-20s don't have any Barretts in them.
Yeah, I suppose.
Let's jump across to, okay, we'll stick with rugby. Ireland finally won.
Yeah, they beat Australia. We were hoping, we stuck to our guns, no, Ireland are going to get it. And they did. Now they need to win the series.
Italy won their second game of the year?
Yep.
Or was it the first game?
I think it was the second one.
They beat Japan?
Yep, they beat Japan.
Then in other surprising results, Germany lost to Mexico.
Yeah, in the World Cup. Spain drew with Portugal,
that was a good game.
Argentina held to a 1-1 draw against Iceland.
I've called the prediction. Iceland will get to the round of 16.
Didn't Brazil also get held to a draw?
Brazil also got held to a draw by Switzerland.
Yeah, so not a really good start for the tier 1 football team.
No, but wow, this week,
what did England win?
England did win last gasp.
Yeah, 2-1 I think it was.
Yeah, which is surprising. It's England.
Yeah, it's England. Yeah, let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
But you know what? Just talking about it, how the acting in soccer plays a massive part and how you win penalties and stuff like that. Bloody hell, the referees this freaking weekend in World Rugby were atrocious.
Yeah.
They were I think this is the worst ever. I mean, I've always been really, really harsh against French referees for some strange reason, and it's got nothing to do with them being French. It's how they interpret the game for me. And I mean, the game against England between the Springboks, where Peter Steph du Toit is on the ground and a player blatantly slaps him in the face. That's yellow card threshold. No, across all formats. In the rules, you're not allowed to put your hand, fist, thumb, fingers in the face of another player.
Unless it's a handoff.
Look, a handoff is fine, but most
slips up.
Yeah, handoff is generally aimed at the chest, shoulders, whatever. But I mean, this was a slap.
It was a cynical
slap.
It was cynical.
It was cynical play, and you kind of go, that's yellow card immediately. And I don't understand why the TMO didn't say no, remain, that's yellow card.
But then I guess it's also, you're going with the referee's interpretation. In rugby we always talk about the ref is, what the ref says is law. We can agree and disagree with it.
Yeah.
It's not like soccer where, I'm just going to, one little comparison. So soccer is trialing the video refereeing system. Something rugby has had for years and years and years and years. Soccer is just getting it now. However, there's a lot of controversy around it, and I feel like it's mainly because of how they're using it. They call it VAR, video assisted refereeing, or something like that, instead of TMO. For soccer, the VAR is constantly running. At any point in time, the ref can get a little thingy in his ear being like, you miscalled something, go back. Whereas rugby, TMO is only brought into the match when there is uncertainty on the ref's point of view. So in soccer, they're having this controversy where player keeps getting called back for some infringement, some penalty, stuff like that, which wouldn't be the case if it was in a case of uncertainty.
Yeah.
In the case of rugby. But at the same point, we spoke about last year, the TMOs having too much power. They were dictating a lot of the game.
Yeah, but I mean...
And I think that this is a counterbalance to that, where the TMO merely says, yes, there is an infringement here. No, it wasn't a try. And rather going with what the ref is saying on the field. I think it's a pushback from last year where they were too enforcers
Yeah, but I think in this regard where deliberate foul play comes into thing, I think the TMO should say to the ref, by the way, it's a slap, yellow card. Or in the case last weekend with the New Zealand-French game with the double high hit on the French player who ended up going off with fractured bones in his jaw and face. I mean, it's a dangerous tackle. They got absolutely no cards drawn on that at all. They sent it for a French player for something far less worse than that. I mean, his was high, but nowhere near dangerous as they made it out to be, where they gave him a straight yellow card. And this also boils down not only for international rugby, also down to our Super Rugby, the Pro 14 and that type of thing, where you kind of go, the levels of refereeing are so inconsistent.
They are.
And they actually ruin games in a lot of ways. I mean,
let's look at the French and New Zealand game, where a red card, a debatable red card,
was shown
in the first 10 minutes of the game,
and then
that ruins the contest completely. I mean, it's New Zealand must have. I didn't get to catch the game, but I mean, New Zealand must have played really badly to only
score 26-13.
Yeah.
But I mean, it shows the heart of the French to keep it to such a low score after getting pummeled the week before. Also, with a yellow card that ended up giving New Zealand 3 tries on the trot while the player was off. I mean, it changes the tide of the game. And I mean, I think they also need to kind of gauge or work something into the interpretation or change the way it's seen. Look, a yellow card is a yellow card. I mean, they should, instead of making 10 minutes, they should actually make it 5 minutes. Red card, make that 10 minutes, and then further sanction down the line. I mean, you want to try and keep the contest as close as possible, especially for international rugby, especially in a World Cup year.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like you want the cards to still be a deterrent. You don't want it to be a soccer situation where a yellow card means literally fuck all.
No, well look, 5 minutes off is for a yellow card, 10 minutes for a red card. I mean, and for a red card, further sanction. But I mean, they also need to work on their sanctioning as well. I mean, even in the sanctioning of the double hit by New Zealand, they also, Sanzar, I think it was, or whoever, World Rugby said, no, there's nothing wrong with it. And
but we all know New Zealand gets favorited and South Africans are the brutes that get...
It's not. Last year, they had more yellow cards than any other team.
But in terms of off-field sanctions, they never get.
Oh, I mean, it's something that has to be worked. Yes, I understand New Zealand's the top, but the money doesn't come from New Zealand.
No.
Rugby. That comes from England and French and Japan, and to an effect, South Africa has quite a huge stake in World Rugby as well, considering the amount that we actually generate and pull in. But even though it doesn't go down to our freaking unions.
Yeah, I mean, our broadcasting views are the majority, at least in the settings are
but I mean,
collective.
This is something that World Rugby actually need to look at, because I mean, you go into a World Cup, say for example, it's semi-final stages or whatever, and say the top 4, whoever they are at that time, say New Zealand, Ireland, Wales and Australia are the top 4.
Yeah.
Say they go to the semi-finals, blah blah blah. New Zealand pummel, say for example Wales, fair contest or whatever, but say for example Ireland, Australia, which will probably be like a really close game.
Yeah.
Say for example a questionable, and I mean like a seriously questionable infringement happens and the player gets sent off. With any help without any help from the assistant referees or with the TMO, the referee just makes the decision, yellow card, like similar to that tackle against the French New Zealand. And all of a sudden, where Australia scored 4 tries in 10 minutes because of the 14 against 15, I mean, that therefore destroys the contest.
Yeah, I think the refereeing, I think the refereeing is definitely an issue worldwide, and this is coming up week after week, whether it's Super Rugby or Test Rugby. How many articles have you seen online?
Yeah,
everywhere.
loads.
It's not just a South African opinion.
No,
which is surprising, because we're known for blaming the ref.
Well, New Zealand even said they question the refereeing decisions on the day, but they play to the ref.
They're very good at doing that, which
They're
is
really
infuriating.
Good. It is infuriating, and I mean, as a player, it's frustrating because one player gets away with one thing, and you get blown up for it the next minute.
Exactly.
There's no consistency. There's no sense of like a line in the sand where this is acceptable, this is not acceptable.
Exactly.
And I mean, something I've always said needs to be monitored and actually sanctioned as well is off the ball stuff where players get carried on beyond the ball and someone's still playing with them.
There was a lot of off the ball action in the Springboks game.
Yeah.
Lots of niggles. I mean, the fact that your captain Owen Farrell is getting huffy.
Yeah.
With the ref.
But I mean, holding players back from joining rucks and all that type of stuff, that must stop. It actually makes the game ugly, to be quite honest. And I don't like it. New Zealand do that a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, and Australia start doing it as well. It's like those things need to be controlled.
Yeah.
Really, to be quite honest. But I mean, Springbok defence out wide in the first 15 minutes again.
Yeah.
I showed some massive frailties.
As I was saying to you, I felt like they're not mentally warmed up at the start of the game.
No.
They're physically warmed up, but their reflexes and their mentality just isn't there for the first 10, 15 minutes.
I think they're still in that haze where they're the anthems and all that, just heavy moments.
I suppose you could argue, these are roughly, out wide, our 2 wings are on their second test caps.
Yeah.
So maybe that's still that
greenness
or that what's the word? I've lost the word, but excitement that I'm playing test rugby.
Yeah.
You're not quite in the moment. You're more taking it all in still.
Yeah, pretty much. And I mean, look, they'll only get better.
Yeah.
And they can only get better. I mean,
I think
Faf and LaRue didn't have the strong showings that they had the week before, but I mean...
They didn't quite get the ball that they had in the first game either, so...
I mean, Faf did pretty well and got the ball going forward and all that, as usual. Pollard was fantastic on the day. I mean, the guy was rock solid. Dwayne Vermeulen, Thor, barnstorming run to score our first try.
No, he was good, I have to say. I mean, also Beast had a cracker of 100.
Yeah, for his 45th game. I mean, I felt like he was a bit off his usual best, but Francois Herbert completely undercooked on the tight head side. I mean,
he shouldn't be part of the next 23, I have to say.
Well, do you know what? Volker Lowe actually said, look, I've played too much, I actually need the time off. And it's really good for a player to say to his coach, look, I can't. I really, really can't. And I mean, players need to do that. But I mean, I would have actually chosen, because Thomas came off the bench for Wilco last week, put Thomas in. Start Thomas. Really? And then have France off the bench for that last 20 minutes.
I think Rusty's thinking was Thomas is such a solid player that, you know what, I want that assurance that if I bring him on, at least we'll have a stable scrum.
Yeah.
Good impact, and especially these days where your props, I don't even know why some props start the second half if in the 3 minutes after the start of the half they're getting subbed.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe that was the thinking, but now that, there could be a case where Thomas starts this coming weekend.
And Wilco will come off the bench. Yeah. But France will never need some game time. Seriously. Some serious game time. But we'll have to wait and see how he features, because Trevor's got a rib injury, so this is his chance to come into the team. But someone also, I think it was Rob Hoeing, I think it was, who was like, Trevor's not a tight head.
No, he's a traditional loosehead, but he's been performing really well at tight head for the Bulls. And I think if you gave him another season of specializing as a tight head,
Yeah.
because the Bulls are still chopping and changing him quite a bit, especially when the substitutions start happening.
Yeah, they need to keep him at tight end. I mean, we apparently have very down tight end spots, so if we can get 4 guys to just lock it in. I mean, Volcalo and Thomas DeToy, well, Thomas DeToy was swapped by the request of Rassi. So if he sticks to it and stays as tight end, I'm pretty sure he'll do very, very well. Trevor has to stay. Even Rusty has to say to John Mitchell, stick with him there, keep him there, and he'll flourish. And then France must just get game time. Seriously, I mean, the guy was a really, really good tight head a few years ago. Lack of game time is really starting to show.
But I think let's go on to some predictions. I just didn't log in, so give me 2 seconds.
I'll give you 2 seconds while we do that. But another thing that I want to kind of like say is like the wings are definitely an improvement over previous years.
I think
in terms of once they've gotten into the game, I think the fire and all that is now there, and I hope to see that Rusty sticks with him and just with Jake just like stay wide, keep your channel.
Exactly.
You know, don't do a Raymond rule and dive into the tackle. You know, and get bounced off.
We finally have our back three solid.
Yeah, I mean we have to do that. I mean it's a bit. It was a bit sad to see Warwick not go on the field this weekend. I would like to have seen him come in for.
You know what? We've won this series, so you might find a little bit of experimentation might happen.
Yeah, maybe Warwick starts next week. But I mean, it looks like Alton might come back for the Newlands test off the bench. We didn't miss him really.
Anyway, Fiji versus Tonga.
What did we get? Did we get it wrong last week?
No, we got it right last week.
Did we said Fiji? Yeah.
Yes. Fiji did win.
Okay, then Fiji.
I'm going to say Fiji by 9.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have Japan versus Georgia. Come on, it's Japan.
Yeah, Japan will beat Georgia.
By?
9.
New Zealand versus France.
Dead rubber, New Zealand have already won the series 2-0, but
No Barretts.
No Barretts.
Barretts are injured. Or at least Bowden's injured. Don't know about Georgia.
I'm still going to give it to New Zealand on this one. I think they'll still get it by 10 to 15.
Okay. Australia versus Ireland. We have to go back to the Irish.
Irish, come on Ireland. Come on Ireland.
Come on, we believe.
We believe. We want to hop Australia on this after this week.
And then South Africa, England.
Dead rubber again, but I think Rusty must nail the coffin shut.
Yeah.
I really think that, you know what, experiment with a few things, like he kind of did this weekend.
Continuity is still needed.
But the continuity must stay there. I think he has to nail it home now. Beat England 3-0 because he can.
Yeah, but again, Eddie Jones is going to be feeling a lot of pressure.
Well,
5 games on the trot now.
Yeah, but to me, my heart's green and gold.
Yeah, no, we can't knock her.
I'm going to say, look, it was a tight game. It wasn't as tight as the previous game.
Yeah.
Because we won it by 11 this time. I think, 10 to 14 points.
Okay. USA versus Canada. In Canada.
USA. Well, USA beat Scotland, come on.
So it's pretty much probably going to be USA. Okay, here's an interesting one for you. Argentina versus Scotland.
Oh, Scotland's going to be hurting. And Scotland have beaten England.
Yeah, Scotland are having a good year.
I'm going to give it to the Scots on this one. Unfortunately, as much as I'd like to say, give Argentina a win.
I feel like Argentina have the forwards over Scotland, but I think Scotland have a better backline.
Well, the Argentinas also have a very, very good backline too.
Yes, but it only really fires if the forwards are firing.
That's true. Well, we'll see. But yeah, Scotland maybe.
Okay, I'm going to go Argentina just by a squeaker. 3 points.
Squeaker.
Squeaker.
60 meter.
Hernandez's goal, yeah.
Hernandez's goal.
Okay, say that. Done.
Is that all the matches?
Yeah, it's that final week, you know.
That's the final week.
So
and then back to Super Rugby following week.
Following week, yeah. See next year that there's no break in Super Rugby.
Yeah.
We're going straight through.
Yeah. And
Player
then,
fatigue won't be an issue at all.
yeah, I think that there shouldn't be this derby thing where one. I think it must be like you
Round
get
robin done.
round robin, you get your draw, you get your pick, you play, done.
But anyway, I think that's something we can talk about in Jan.
In January, when we find out what the actual thing is, but I mean it's running from February all the way to August.
Yeah, pretty much. No, not all the way to August, till end of June. Because
Till
there's,
end of
there's
June.
no June break.
Yeah, so from
Non-stop, Super Rugby.
non-stop. I think we're gonna have Super Rugby fatigue.
No, we're going to have some serious player fatigue because then we go straight into a shortened rugby championship,
Mm-hmm.
followed by the World Cup.
Ouch.
So we're going to have some serious fatigue there.
Yeah. No, it's not gonna be good.
No. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't, comment down
Down
your
below.
thoughts if you agree with us, if you disagree with us, if you think that we're talking a load of shit and that we should stop this channel. I mean,
We won't stop the channel. Just say
but that's your opinion.
that's just your opinion.
You're entitled to it, even if it's wrong.
Yeah, and hit the little bell icon so that we notify you when the video goes live again.
Yeah. So thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you and enjoy the Ruggers this week.
Ruggers.